Today we're talking about the 10 reasons why the INFJ loves to be alone. The INFJ is considered to be the most extroverted of all the introverted types. And still, we love being alone. And it's very particular to being an INFJ. Yes, some things overlap with other personality types, others that might be feelers, others that might be intuitives, others that might be with introverts. But the 10 reasons we're talking about today fit perfectly to the INFJ and explain very clearly why the INFJ loves being alone. Before we get started, remember to download the free poster on the 5 pillars to an INFJ epic life. And if you want my personal help with this, then work with me one-on-one or join the INFJ Bootcamp waiting list. All the information you find below. Reason number 1, they can take a break from socializing. INFJs are at their core feelers. Yes, we're intuitives. Yes, we're introverts, but we're also feelers. And feeling is our second function. The second function is our creative function, meaning whatever we have in our mind, whatever we come up with in order to portray to the outside, in order to socialize and get a feedback back from it. It's pretty much our way of communicating with the world. Our first go-to thing is FE, extroverted feeling. So we need this in our life. And since we're introverts, we need to take that break. We love to make a big statement. We love to come in and say so much and express so much energy, and it's so fun for us. And then we need to take a break. Typical thing, the INFJ at a party. First, they have so many stories to tell for 10 minutes. They're in the center of everything. Everybody's excited. And then the INFJ says, okay, I'm out of here. Number 2, they can indulge in their favorite activities. So INFJs are really good at understanding what other people want. And with that, we also love to be of service, and we also like to do something which makes others feel good. We make compromises. We go out of our way in order to make others feel good. We listen to their kind of music. It's not even something that we do that is completely selfless. We enjoy helping. We enjoy being part of the process. But that's why if we don't consciously think about it, we make compromises. We go out of our way, make the other person comfortable, and we forget about our own preferences and what we like. And once we're alone, we don't even have to make that choice. We don't even think about, oh, I need to put my own preferences first. No, I'm just going to be home and I automatically watch what I want, listen to what I want, read what I want, and just do what I want. Reason number 3, INFJs have more time to focus on creating their life and creating the kind of life they want to. Because in order for us INFJs to figure out where we want to be, what we want to achieve, we need space. We need to be able to step away from all that social interaction, not just so we take a break from it, but because we then have enough space to create our imagination. It takes energetic space. And every time we have another person's energy in our field, it blocks things that could come out from our own intuition, from our own imagination. It's not something bad, it's just to be aware of. It happens, it's okay. Let's just take that time, take enough time for yourself and allow yourself to find that purpose, your INFJ epic life, I always call it. Reason number 4, they can create without the fear of judgment. See, this is one of the hurdles that most INFJs struggle from because we have so many ideas that are out of the box. That's just what INFJ is all about. We have ideas that are not the norm, that are something that could be in the future. And every single time you put that out there, people are going to have an opinion on it. And it takes time to develop that mindset where you do things although there's going to be judgment because you're just not aware of it. It's a mental practice. But at first, it's so much easier to put all of that out when nobody's judging you, when nobody's seeing you. And when you're by yourself, you can do this without having any fear. That's why so many INFJs use that time to bring something out that has not been seen as normal in society. So INFJs then write poems, create new musical pieces, do things that are out of the norm. They speak their mind, and it's a safe place. The 5th reason is rather obvious, and that is that we're just introverts. There are so many introverts out there. It's not just the INFJs, but us too. We need to recharge our batteries. We gain energy by being by ourselves, and we lose energy when we're around other people. For extroverts, it's the other way around. They need other people in order to increase their own energy, and then when they're by themselves, they're not getting that. They get depleted. That's why you'll see extroverts way more around other people and on the outside than a typical introvert like the INFJ is. Reason number 6, it's easier for the INFJ to stick to a task once they've started if there aren't any disruptions around them, particularly from other people. Other people always have some kind of problem. It's not that it's other people's fault, it's just every person has their own story and has their own thing going on, and we as INFJs are naturally drawn to that. Again, if we're not consciously thinking about it, what do we feel like we have to do at that moment? We have to save that person. We have to fix that problem. 2 of our friends are fighting in a chat. What do? We go in and we want to help them. We want to make it clean. We want to make it full of harmony. That's what we naturally do. And every single time we start doing something that is important to us that we have to get done, we can easily get distracted because we feel it so immensely. If there's some kind of trouble in the people around us, we feel obligated. We feel like it's something we have to take on. Of course, that's not the case. That's also one of the things we talk about in boot camp a lot and in the sessions. But in that case, it's one of the reasons why so many INFJs love being alone, because then we don't even have to worry about that. Reason number 7 is that every single time an INFJ gets to be alone, they can balance this thing of how much am I thinking about myself and about others. It has a lot to do with the before mentioned reasons, but this one in particular is about the balance. So we as INFJs actually need less social interactions than, let's say, another type, a typical, let's say, ISFJ or ESFJ, just like those types that are way more common in the world. And you'll see it with me, for example. I can spend so much of my time by myself doing my own thing, and then I still need that social interaction. I need to have that balance, and I can only find that balance if I allow myself to be alone as much as I possibly want to and as much as I possibly can, because then I can find out, okay, now you went overboard. Now you need that social interaction. And please, if you're in that position, trust me, you need that social interaction as well. Just because you need much less than others, it doesn't mean that you don't need it at all. Just make sure to find that balance so you feel complete and fulfilled with the lifestyle you're choosing. Number 8, we can do things at our own pace. See, NI is certain about one thing, and that's space, that's time, that's speed, that's just velocity at that moment. So if you see other people around you who are all about rush, who are all about I need to make things happen right away, or you have people who are really, really slow at certain things, that's something that we really, really dislike, because we are going to stick to our own speed. And with that being said, when you're around other people and they have a different speed, as in what they think they have to do, how fast they move, all of those things, we feel aggravated because it always means there's some kind of tension. Because unlike other types, we're not going to get pulled by that other motion. That's why you see so many other types fall into burnout when they start working at a company where there's a really high pace, because they're not able to stick to the pace that is important to them and that works for them. We can do that really well, and once we're alone, we can do this without even having all that aggression, all that tension, all of this feedback that we might be too slow or too fast or whatever it may be. It's the right pace for us. Reason number 9, it's the perfect space to allow our own FI to shine. So we as INFJs, from the MBTI perspective, don't have FI. Of course, we have all 8 functions. It's just that the 4 ones that are, known in the INFJ world, so introverted intuition, extroverted feeling, introverted thinking, and extroverted sensing, are more conscious to us. But we still have FI, so our own feelings, how we feel when we create something, how we feel when it's all about our internal interpretation of things going on around us, how we interpret it emotionally, and how it feels to us. And once we're by ourselves, we can allow these emotions to shine. Most of us do this, for example, through music. If you want to be really pumped up, if you want to be in a melancholic mood, if you want to be cheerful and like a little kid, all of that is way more possible when you're by yourself, because you have that mental space to make it happen. You don't feel other people's energies, you don't have to make compromises, and you can just expand it like you can't do it anywhere else. And reason number 9, we can finally realign to our purpose. It's easy to lose our purpose. It's easy to forget what we are all about because there's so much happening every single day. How we always say, life happens. We have to make sure that these things are taken care of. But every single time you're by yourself, you can shut these things off. You can be there and you can say, now I'm realigning aligning to my purpose. I'm making sure that I do what is important to me. I'm going to make a plan. I'm going to stick to it. I need to actually figure out what is going to be the purpose of my year. What am I trying to achieve? And we always talk about it in a way of how do you want to feel? It doesn't matter what it looks like on paper. I've had a great life on paper before and felt horrible inside. No, we're talking about finding that purpose, and that takes time. That takes contemplation. That takes watching videos like this, being a part of a mastermind group, how we do in the INFJ Epic Life Bootcamp. All of these things are super important for the INFJ, and they take the time to dive deep, find themselves, and realign themselves to their purpose over and over again. Remember, if you want more help with this process, download the poster, check out everything in the description, and if you want to watch another video now that is in alignment with today's topic, then watch the 5 things that make the INFJ miserable.